What's up, everybody on YouTube? Max Rock here with another video. And today we're going to be looking at the Motorola Moto G4. This is a 32GB version that I do have. It's the white one, as you can see. Speaking of 32 gigs, that's the internal storage. You got 2 gigs of RAM. Snapdragon 617 is the octa-core, clocked at 1.52 gigahertz. It says 8 cores there. We got a 3000 milliamp hour battery with turbocharger. 5.5 inch 1080 by 1920 screen there, so that's full HD, in case you didn't know. It's 401 pixels per inch, and as far as the screen, we got cornering Gorilla Glass 3. As far as the OS, we got Android OS, obviously, version 6.0.1, which is Marshmallow. For the GPU, we got an Adreno 405, and for the camera, which is in the back here, the rear camera. By the way, I'm using my Untitled 5.5 to record this video. Just got it not long ago. I got a 13 megapixel camera in the back. Has a dual LED flash, so two-tone there. It's capable of shooting 1080p video, 30 frames per second, 720, and also slow motion. And for the front camera, we got a 5 megapixel, which is capable of shooting 1080p video as well. All right. A couple more things. Let me see. Well, that's pretty much it. Well, as far as the sensors, it has an accelerometer and a gyroscope. So you will be able to get Pokemon Go popping on this phone here. That's definite. And any other specs that are worth mentioning? Well, this is definitely not, it's not even a spec, it's a feature. It's not waterproof. I think it's water repellent though, which just means a little splash won't hurt or anything like that. But do not put this on in the water. I don't recommend that. That won't be a good idea. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the specs. So let's talk about the actual build of the phone here. So, obviously, this is the front of the phone. Got a 5.5 inch HD screen here. Full HD, 1080 by 1920, 401 pixels per inch, as I said that already. For the front, this is the camera, 5 megapixel. I believe this is the proximity sensor for when you use the phone. The screen would just power off or just turn off so you don't burn your face or anything like that. I think that's the reason for it, but the screen turns off in case you didn't know that. That's what that's there for. The front-facing speaker. All right, it's the only speaker in the device, and it's in the front, which is a great place for it. The best place for it if you're going to do that. If you're going to have a single speaker, we got the microphone on the bottom of the bezel here. On the actual bottom of the phone, we got the USB port, which is a USB 2.0, or as Motorola calls it, turbocharging port. So you can turbocharge this phone here. As far as the charging, it's really good. You can charge this phone from, like, I don't know, let's say you're on about 15-20%. I'll say in about 30-45 minutes, you can be looking at 60%. So that's really good. Can't complain about that. Like really fast charging. Let me see. As far as the side here, the right side, we got the volume up and down key. It's the power key here. The power key is rigid. Let me see if I can get that. Boom. All right, so I got it. The power key there is rigid, so that's good. This is the volume up and down that you can see, so you will be able to tell the difference. But if you got this phone, all you have to do is just get that focused. Just remember that the power button is above the volume keys. All right, there's no other button above it. Just remember that that button is above it. It's easy. Let me see here. On the top of the device, we got a 3.5mm headphone jack. On the left side, we have nothing. All right. As far as the back, as you know, it's 13 megapixel camera, noise cancellation mic here, and the Motorola dimple. And this is obviously the white version. All right, so what I'm gonna do is take off the back here, just to expose the fact that the phone has an embedded battery here. As you can see, it's embedded into the phone. And this will be where you put the SIM card. This is only a single SIM slot here. You can either put a regular, I think it's called a micro SIM, or it has the adapter for the nano SIM, super small. And in there I got my 32GB SD card. Only reason I don't have my SIM in here now is because I'm using idle right now. I'm about to use this phone for like the next week or so I can get a good feel for it and do a review. And yeah, I'm really liking this phone so far. At first, it was a little hiccupy, but as you know, that's with any phone. All right. So, first thing I want to talk about is the quality of the display. All right. So for the Moto G4 here, as I said, it has a 1080p screen. The quality of the display is actually really decent. It's really good. Only thing I do have to complain about, or not have to, but I want to complain about, is the fact that the screen itself is it's really bright. It gets really bright, of course, but the whites on it aren't really all that white. So I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about, but let me pull up something like the Z Max Pro here. Let me see what I do. Menu. All right. You see what I'm talking about? Now this is more of a blued out. I guess it's just a preference thing. Like this is more of like a warm color, and this is more of like a cold color. And with my, I got good eyes, whatever. But it's not the matter of how good you can see. It's just a matter of preference. I prefer the cold more versus the warm. Now I do know there's an option in the settings here. Let me show you. On the display, you can change the color mode. You can go from normal, or you can go to vibrant. Of course, I got it in vibrant because I want to see vibrant colors, which is fairly simple. Let me clear this out. Oops, no, come on. There we go. Cleared it out. All right. So yeah, the screen itself is definitely good. It's good quality here, but the only issue I got is that the whites are just too warm for me. All right, so yeah, but that's not nothing to not make you buy the device. Still get the phone. The screen is still good. All right. So the next thing I will talk about is the battery life. The battery life in this device here is pretty good. Like it would definitely last you 8 hours if you got a job or anything like that. It will last you throughout the day. You won't have any problem getting through the day there with moderate use. If you're doing heavy using, it depends on what heavy usage is for you. For me, heavy usage is like watching back-to-back videos in HD in the network. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna eat your battery up crazy. Like I mean, back-to-back videos, going on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff, back and forth nonstop, and that's pretty much recipe to kill your battery. So that's pretty much what I'm talking about there. So if you're doing like heavy usage, you could probably get a good 6 hours out of the phone on a full charge. But if you're doing moderate or lightly moderate, you're gonna last all day, no problem. This is a really good battery. And plus, if you one of those people who carry your charger everywhere you go, if you got that turbo charger and brick with you, how you use your phone shouldn't even matter because with that turbo charger, you'll be able to charge this device up so quick, you don't even care about how long the battery lasts. So yeah, the battery itself is good. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about is the quality. Now, we're using this phone here. I had it for about a month already, a little more than a month actually. The call quality is probably the best I've had on the phone in a while. I don't want to say the best I had ever, but the best I had on the phone in a while. I was able to hear calls clearly. There was no issues at all. Me hearing people. I didn't get any complaints about uh, the other person on the line hearing me, so that was actually good. And now there have been situations where the calls drop, but it hasn't been like I guess it's not because of the phone or nothing like that. It's because of the network. But yeah, it's been little things like that there. But as far as the actual quality of the voice, nah, no issues at all. So that's a go. Text messaging and everything is also a go. Um, yeah, you won't have an issue with the text messaging. Typing in this phone is very easy. Um, like you don't get any lag when you type. So let me see. I'll type something like something. Oh, let me do this here. I can't do through the screen here. Give me a second. So I'm gonna do this one. So nowhere near close. But the only thing I was just doing it to show you is that there is no lag on the keyboard. All right. So as far as like you typing anything, you're worried about it lagging out on you, you don't got nothing to worry about with that. All right. So next thing I want to do is let you hear the speaker quality. Now the speaker quality on this device is fairly decent, and it gets a plus all because it's on the front of the device. So that's always a plus there.
when the speaker is on the front, you can just give them an automatic win. But if we're talking about pure sound quality, yeah, it's pretty good too. All right, so let me go ahead and play a video for you guys. I got it on silent mode here, so. Oops, ooh, no, don't do that. New video there, unboxing the Idol 4S, oh shoot, 4S. Psych, Idol 3 5.5. So, alright, let me play that again. See how I was able to catch the bass? Alright. So yeah, that was actually really good. So the speaker quality is definitely A-okay in my opinion. So yeah, if you want to get the phone for the speaker, go right ahead. You won't have any issues there. Next thing I want to go over is the actual performance of the OS. Now, this is Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow. I believe this device is definitely upgradable to Nuvi when it comes out, when Motorola gets ready to push it out, which probably won't be for a while, but we will definitely be getting it. So you can expect it to have it on this device here. Plus, it's unlocked, so you don't have to worry about going through any carrier restrictions or anything like that. Or I don't want to say restrictions, but usually if you got a phone in the carrier, it's gonna have to go through them first. So let me see here. The OS runs fairly smoothly. It's very smooth. It's very rarely that I get any kind of lag here, and that's one thing I can praise about Motorola. When it comes to their OS, they used to have this old UI where it was like really bad, like really glitchy, like terrible, like really terrible. And not too long ago, I'll say maybe a few years ago, probably a little later than that, but they got rid of it basically. It's just a light scan now. The only thing that they have here, let me cut the brightness down. It's messing with the camera. The only thing that they actually have here now is just little things like here. This is the Moto here, and you have other things. It's another app I think where you can actually adjust the little quick settings here. So I just spoke about it. The quick settings here involve the Moto G4, where you would just have to twist the device. So let me show you. Okay. All right, so I twisted there, and what that does is activate the camera. All right. Speaking of which, the camera in this device is actually really good. All right. I can tell you right now, if you want to use this device for taking pictures or shooting videos like I do sometimes, it's definitely good. But the only issue that I have is that the autofocusing is kind of in and out. Like it doesn't stay focused that well. But other than that, the quality of the HD video is good. The quality of the slow motion video is good. The quality of the pictures are even better than the video. Um, so let me see here now. The front facing camera, let me go ahead and switch it. Oops. Got a stocking cap on. But anyway, the front facing camera is actually really good as well. I shot a couple vlogs with it here. Let me go ahead and switch back out. That's good as well. Shoot 1080p video. So if you wanted to get this one for the camera, I would definitely recommend it. It won't be a bad idea. And back to the software, yeah, it's fairly good. It's actually really, really good. So if you want to get this phone simply based on the vanilla version of almost the stock version of Marshmallow, then yeah, it would definitely be a good idea to do so. All right, so let's see here. What can I go over next? The performance of the processor. So yeah, as we know, this phone has a 617 in it, octa-core 1.52 gigahertz. Yeah, the processor, it performs fairly well. And matter of fact, another thing I can mention about the camera, because this involves the processor as well. If you're shooting a video or anything like that, or using a camera for an excessive amount of time, so let's say you want to shoot a video that's like 20 minutes, or you want to take pictures and it lasts you about 15 minutes. What I noticed, and I'm pretty sure other users notice as well. Ooh, don't want this to fall. Sorry, y'all. Hold on, just that. What I noticed as well from other users, well, not noticed as well, but what other users have noticed as well is that when you use the camera for an excessive amount of time, the back of the phone gets hot, which is right around the area where the processor is. All right, well, that was really weird. The actual phone ended up locking itself and the video stopped. So, starting from where I am. So, from where I was, the phone would get really, really hot.
And that's just a result of the care that you use in the camera. And what also happened is that full level? No, it's not. I'm gonna. What also happened is the camera app basically wouldn't function correctly. You would we see a lot of stuttering with the camera taking pictures, videos being really shaky. So that's something to look for when you're looking to get this device if you're going to be using it primarily for the camera. So as far as audio with the headphone jack, let's get into that here. See if I can get that zoom. Come on. I guess not. All right, let me stop. So the audio quality with the headphone jack, the DAC of it is really good. If you're looking one of those people who like to bump music really loudly, this device gets super loud, and it's not just loud; it's really good quality. You're gonna hear very good treble, very good bass. The vocals sound good as well. So if you wanted to get this device to listen to music, yeah, go right ahead. And plus, with 32 gigs of storage, you can put all your music you want on here, and there won't be any issues. So let me see here. Anything else I can go over with this device? The build quality. The build quality of this phone is very nice. It doesn't feel cheap, even though it's made of plastic. It gives you the illusion that it's made with metal on the outside here, so that does has a nice touch to it. As far as the back, it's a nice grippy texture. It's kind of slippery, so if you're going to be rocking this phone without a case, be very conscious that it will slip out of your hand. Like just always hold it with a nice tight grip. And if you got sweaty palms, make sure you dry them frequently because yeah, you will drop this phone. And if you drop this phone here without a case, yeah, it's gonna get damaged easily. So let me see here. Anything else to go over? That's pretty much it. I can tell you that this is definitely one of my favorite devices that I used all year, and I use quite a few of them. Let me see here. Who can I recommend this device to? I can recommend this device to someone who's looking for a decent camera. Like you're looking for a phone that performs pretty well, but not the best in like more areas than one. Because a usually with a budget phone, you would get a phone. You basically have a phone that would perform very well in one area and not the others. For example, you would have like a really good camera, but the screen would be not so good, or you'll have a really good screen, but the camera would not be so good, or you have a speaker, or you have a phone with a good camera and a good screen, and the speaker device won't be good. You have you have a phone that has all three of those things, but the charger super slow. So all those things really do matter. Like when you really think about it here, with what is offered with the Moto G4 here is amazing. First of all, you get turbocharging. Okay. You get a really good 5 megapixel camera that's in the front and a really good 13 megapixel camera that's in the back. All right. You get a 1080p screen, right, with 401 pixels per inch. You get a 3,000 milliamp hour battery that's capable of lasting all day with low to moderate use. Or if you want to use heavy, go right ahead because with 6 hours of battery life on heavy, that's really good. And that's from my experience. Probably like 5.5, 6 hours of heavy. And if you got that turbocharger on deck, you're gonna be really good as well. All right. And then plus with the speaker on the front, you don't have to worry about having to keep your phone, you know, placed like this or adjusting anything. Because if you're watching videos or anything like that with a speaker in the front, it's pretty much, pretty much all you need. Because if you got a speaker in the front, and you don't got to worry about where you put your hands at. Because if you hold your, usually some people watch their phone, the videos on their phones like this, I guess. But it would be even worse if the speaker was in the back because your finger would literally be covering the speaker. Now, to cover the speaker in the front here, you would have to literally, you would be forcing yourself. Oh, let me clear this out. Notifications. You would be forcing yourself to cover the speaker. All right, you would be trying to. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the review here. I would definitely recommend this phone to the person who's looking to get a phone at a decent price with that performs in all areas. So let's recap here again. So we got a good screen, we got good cameras, we got a good speaker in the front, we got a turbocharging battery, we got a 3,000 milliamp hour battery, we got 32 gigs of storage, and also we got a price that is not too crazy. So shout out to Motorola for making this device here. If it wasn't for the ZT-Z Max Pro for the price that it was at, I would definitely have to give it one of the best budget devices, if not the best budget device of the year. But with the ZT-Z Max Pro in my hand and the amount that I paid for it, it literally has the same internals, same screen quality as well. The only thing that it doesn't really compare with the G4N is the actual camera. The camera in the back is good. It can compete with the G4, but the camera in the front is not that good. It just isn't. And the speaker in the back isn't as good as well. Even though it has Dolby Audio sound, it does help the speaker, but it doesn't compete with this one. And this isn't a comparison. So that is pretty much going to be the end of this review here. This is Moto G4 Plus. I recommend you to go out there and get one. If it does go on sale, go ahead and grab it. Even if it's not on sale, go ahead and grab it. Once again, my name is Max the Rock here. I want to thank everyone for watching this video, and you enjoy your day. Peace.